We are collecting spruce tips because I want to try to make stuff out of them. I've been getting into a lot of the natural lately, and we have so much from living in Alaska that is very unique, and I'm ready just to take off with it. So I made some fireweed jelly out of fireweed blossoms that my son and I picked last fall, and it is setting up in my fridge right now, and it looks like it's working, and it tastes amazing. So the spruce tips, I'm going to see about maybe adding it to some jellies, make some tea from it, and even try to do like syrup where you layer these with sugar and you let it sit and it develops into a syrup. So come along with us. All right, so we got the spruce tips right here, and you can just knock off the rest of that seed covering. But those are the little spruce tips, and they're really soft, as you can see. And I have a little baggie started. And he's got some in his bucket. He's got a good amount. Right here is the white spruce. This one is a fairly young tree compared to some of them around here. But I'll get close so you can see it's your pretty normal basic tree there. Same with this one. And there's not much to this one, but it's your normal spruce tree. And I have an older one in my yard, so let's go see that one.
How much I have? Wow, you got half as many as I do. That's so cool. You're doing awesome, Bear. Okay, I gotta hold this branch still. They're moving on me.
I don't want to knife a branch still.
Tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
And then Mama can wash these off and get them all ready for tomorrow. We can make some tea.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put it in with some sugar, make some syrup. We'll have spruce syrup. So I'm gonna layer it with sugar, and then it'll turn into spruce syrup. I think that's gonna be so good. You know how I like syrup on my pancakes.
And having that can help pull extra nutrition into the tree, or provide it extra nutrition from the fungi, and there help it survive. How is that not just so incredible? Whoa, you guys are both so fast. You're going faster than Mama.
I know to just pick some up in that tree.
What one? Oh, that one, those ones aren't big enough yet. Yeah, they got to grow a little bit more. That's a small tree.
What? This is fun, Mama.
Fun? You like doing this? You like going out in the woods and picking things? Wow, you're climbing. Oh, Barrett, look at that tree. That one. Mosquitoes were eating us alive, even with bug bracelets on. We forgot the bug spray too. So we're working our way back down to the neighborhood. We'll head home and show you how many we got. Yep, there you go. You got some right here. We are about done, and we found these along the way, the end of the trail. Little lady's getting some. Good job, sweetie. And then we are gonna see how many we got. So far I got a good sized bag, and Barrett's got some in his bucket, so here we go. One thing we are doing while we are out here picking is learning about different types of spruce. So this one right here, a lot of people will call it a white spruce. It's like a white spruce in a lot of characteristics, but growing places are different. This one here is called an Engelmann for spruce, and the needles are a little bit different. They're not quite as big as the white spruce at this point, but also this one's in a more shaded area. But you can see the difference on the needles that are there from the year before. Of course, I got my kid grabbing the branches, so you can see like the pattern of those. And then let's go grab another one. This one right here, this one is a Sitka spruce. And I had to look this one up because I've not heard of that one. And I did a little bit of reading on it. And one thing that I think is absolutely incredible, that God definitely exists, just because you can't, let me just explain. So these Sitka spruces, they can grow in poor conditions, poor soil, heavy rocks, because, get this, they are associated with a fungal. It's a mycorrhizal fungi. So this is the really big white spruce that we have in our yard. And you can see it's in the location, even at 10 o'clock at night here in Alaska, it still has daylight on it. So it gets a lot of light. It's nice, big. Spruce tips here are nice and ready to be picked. And I mean, look at that. You can see the difference between that and the other white spruce that we saw in the woods. Pretty much all spruces do the same thing with the fungi, where they absorb the nutrients and water from the fungi, and the fungi survives off the sugar that the plant doesn't need. It's absolutely incredible. Right here we have is the blue spruce. So you can see that they are darker needle-wise. They're not that bright, even dried. You can see that the pine needles from last year that are not as dried as these ones are nice and blue. I really like them. That's so cool. And then let's find this one's trying to open. I think we got a couple. All right, and then here is some of the ones that are trying to open up. So once these get a little bit bigger, we'll pick those, but you can see there's a lot trying to open up. So we just gotta be patient. They're back inside, time to weigh them out, because Barrett thought he had me beat. I don't think he's quite there, but it feels a lot lighter, but I think he's probably got at least half, if not maybe 3/4. So let's flip it around and weigh them. So I have my scale here with the bulb. I'm gonna get zeroed out. So then let's dump Barrett's in. We got 11.26. So let's dump that out. We are back at 0. I'm gonna dump mine in. Barrett was 11.26. All right, so I got my bag empty. There's Barrett's, and yeah, I have quite a bit more. Oh, and then Harmony's adding hers. And even though we don't have the weight of the bucket zeroed, just add it there. So we have about a good 2 pounds of spruce tips.